Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. On a very rainy, drippy, that's more than drippy. It's a rainy Friday out there. It really is. It's, what is it, coming up on noon. Got work at 2 o'clock today. So anyway, had a supervisor's meeting yesterday. I don't know if y'all just understand how much fun that is. Boy, it's just overwhelming, I tell you. The amount of fun in a supervisor's meeting. But anyway, neither here, there, nor yonder. There's some good things going on, so we ain't complaining at all. All right, well, yeah, like I said, it is a rainy day. I think it's going to be a rainy couple of days. Typical, April showers bring May flowers. Is that what they always say it is? But anyway, whatever it is, springtime, so, it rains in the south. Nothing to do with climate change, by the way. It's the way it is. I love people hollering climate change for everything. It's climate change and this, and I'm sitting there thinking it does that every year. But anyhow, neither here nor there. Not going to get into that political stuff. But anyway, how you been doing? Been doing pretty good. So anyway, today we're going to make it Williams Friday. We're going to make it Menthol Friday. And we're going to make it Lather Catcher Friday. So we're going to catch up on some of the stuff I ain't been catching up on. So my 1305, I can feel something loose in it now. And I'm going to wait until it falls apart before I glue everything back together. But I've had this thing quite a while. And as you can see, it's been, Miss Luna customized the handle for me and all this stuff. And so I guess it's not so surprising as much as I use it and carry on. But anyway, something is loose, but it's still working good. Yeah, still got great looking knot on it. Everything's good. So this is vintage Williams today that we're using for our Williams Micromatic Menthol. Well, it's not Micromatic. It's Lather Catcher today. I started to do Micromatic Menthol Friday, but I decided to throw the Lather Catcher in because I was supposed to use it Sunday. Now technically I did, but however there was no video or pictures, so I guess it just don't count. And so anyway, we're going to do that today. The first Sunday of every month, we try to have a Lather Catcher day. All right. Oh, before I forget about it, I owe somebody a cake of Williams that I never got mailed out. And I went through the other day and cleaned a bunch of stuff out of my mailbox, and I think I deleted that email. If you will send me an email again, I will get that out, I promise. I've got it boxed up, and and we'll get it out to you, and everything will be great. So our Lather Catcher, we're going to use the old one that got me into it. How you like it? 1910 Junior Bar, the one that got me into Lather Catchers. This is the first one I had. It was a gift from Dave Irving, who started the original safety over on Pro Boards, over on the free sites, and it grew from there. Things happened and he had disappeared, and I started a second one because I couldn't do everything I needed to do at the first one to keep it running. And then several years later, as in 6 or 7 years later, I can't remember how many years it was, maybe 10 years even, Pro Boards finally gave me the original one. So those two are still there. They're both archive only, because what happens is at a free site like that, they make their money by charging for storage for pictures. And we used to post a lot of pictures at Toast, so it got to be where it was very, 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 very cost prohibitive to stay there. So now we're over where we are now, which is TOST3.com, the number 3.com. And it's up right now. Every once in a while it has a few days when it's out, when I forget about the payment or whatever, and I get busy with work. It does happen, I will admit, and we've lost people over it. I understand people, I don't think there's 3 or 4 people posting. But anyhow, there's a lot of good information over there. We do have a lot of guests that come by and read, and from there you can get to the old site. There's a whole lot of single edge razor and injector razor information over on those old sites too. They're read-only archive sites. If you ain't noticed, these things are wonderfully easy to use, just like all the single edge razors. Love a good ladder catcher. Like I said, this one has a very special place in my heart because it was the first one that got me into ladder catchers. And these little Jim Jr. bars are great ones to start with. They're nice and mild. They're mild but very efficient, I like to say. They do a really good job. You know, at one time they weren't that expensive. I'm not sure right now because I haven't looked lately at the prices. But used to, you could find a Jim Jr. bar at a decent price. And I've got several different types of ladder catchers. The Junior bar, you can actually use a wedge blade in it if you have a wedge blade or can get a hold of a wedge blade, and you can get it honed or you hone it yourself, whatever you do. It'll actually take a wedge blade as well as a modern blade. And a wedge shaving is really unique in itself. I've got to do a few. I don't hone blades, and I've had a couple of blades honed for me that I could use, and I've done some wedge shaves, and it's in my opinion, it's a step above. Definitely is. But all right, and the ones that only accept the wedges, of course, they make adapters now so you can use the modern blades. Now, personally, and this is just my thoughts, I don't think they work very well, and I never was a big fan of them. But I hear there's some out there that are being made now that are actually working better, so maybe you can actually find one that does really good for you. All right, so 2 lather passes, and we're doing our little touch-up with the witch hazel, and everything's going to be great. I don't believe I'm going to be able to take the dogs out for a walk before work. Hash Brown will only stick his head out the door, and if it's raining, he goes, He turns around and comes right back in. Miss Luna will go out, but all she wants to do is run around upstairs and all in the, under the eaves here in the apartments. She won't actually go out when it's raining either. They both got to go out earlier and did a little bit of the business, so it should be all right any way it goes. Well, look at there. That was just I don't think I shaved for the meeting yesterday. So that was just a couple of days growth. But man, look how well that cleans up. That's just as smooth. Ain't nobody gonna have any complaints about a shave like that. And for the aftershave today, since we are doing menthol, we're gonna use the, this was Rite Aid's knockoff of Skin Bracer. And of course, the Rite Aids around here are sold out and they're gone. I think you can still get this at different places. I can't, I mention this every time I talk about these knockoffs. I guess you can't find the Old Spice knockoff anymore. It's gone, but I can still find the Brute knockoff. I can still usually find an Aqua Velva knockoff, and I can usually still find the Skin Bracer knockoff. And they're, to me, just as good, especially the Skin Bracer. Daylogic, the Walgreens knockoff, the dollar store knockoff, everything is just, but then again, Skin Bracer is not that expensive, so you can buy the real stuff too. And to me, that's the ultimate classic old man smell. I think that's even more of a classic old man smell than an Aqua Velva even. I know that's blasphemy, and people will have something to say about that maybe, but I think the Skin Bracer is actually more classic old man smell than Aqua Velva. But anyway, there we go. That's what we're doing today. And like I said, it's going to be rainy all this season. I think it's going to continue to rain through the night or whatever. We're expecting a couple of 3 inches, so, which is not a huge thing down here. It would be, following a hurricane or after a tornado or something. But as far as where we haven't had those problems yet, not here in Baton Rouge anyway, it's a couple 3 inches of rain. It's going to be okay. We'll get by. They leave the parking garage open at work when rainy days like this, so that as people are coming in, we can park in the parking garage instead of out in the employee parking where we normally park. They do help us out with that, so that's a nice thing. All right, well, that's enough rattle for today. Hope everything's good where you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you don't have a ladder catcher and you're a single edge guy, you should have a ladder catcher of some kind, at least one. I mean, you can get one of these. I mean, these are 1907-ish Eveready. And, you know, I got a couple of those I'm looking at here. And then I got my 1910 there. I got all kinds of stuff. But anyway, you know, get you one. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shades to you.